Welcome. You've splash landed into this Prosecco-laden podcast, straight into the woo-woo pool with the crew of Ohm-g. We're just a simple group of tragically imperfect and highly empathic BFFs, exploring a wide range of atypical topics with humor, grace, and curiosity. This is Ohm-g. Welcome. Friends, we are in some stressful and unprecedented times. In this country and on the planet, the vibes feel volatile, divisive, and are affecting the woo crew in strange ways. Time to raise the vibration and find some balance. You're here with the crew of
Ohm-g, the podcast.
This is Camille.
And this is Chandra.
This is Brenda Sue.
And this is Lynn.
Welcome back, everybody. This week has been particularly challenging, especially like the last 3 days. Today is the 14th, and we are celebrating Camille's birthday tomorrow today.
29 again.
Virgo. But yesterday especially, I felt like I was walking in some sort of haze, like I was not fully in my body. I was kind of next to my body. And I went walking out in the woods yesterday morning, and I kept getting the message. They create fear, they divide, they conquer, and how we need to be in our light. And I kept hearing that song, that you had in church, that this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. Yeah, hallelujah. And I just kept hearing that song over and over in my head. And I was like, how can I raise my vibration? I tried doing a cleansing in the house. I kept myself busy doing housework and things that needed to be done, organized, and that always makes me feel better.
And that's a perfect activity because at time of recording, we are right between two eclipses in Virgo. Mm-hmm. So it's time to dust things off and prep.
Yeah. And I was listening to Pam Gregory this morning, and she was talking about the autumnal. Thank you. Equinox. And these two eclipses that we have, and all of the leaders, because it's a time of like leaders being brought down, and not just here in our country, like all over the world, there are leaders who are having to step down.
Karma. Yeah. Around.
Yeah. It's pretty wild to see astrology and how it plays itself out on the world stage. So it's not just here. And I wonder if we're feeling the collective consciousness of the entire planet, not just our little slice on the planet. So this morning I was up here in my little desk where all my little cards are, and I was like, I'm going to pull a card just for like the day and for recording and that kind of thing, because we had talked about discussing the subject of the collective energy right now and how to raise our vibration, because it feels so heavy and dense, and I've been having a lot of fear and helplessness, the feeling of helplessness. So out of the Cosmic Pearl Oracle deck that Lynn Friend got me for my birthday, it is the Deepen Your Faith, Divine Pull, Trust and Surrender. And on the card, it is the pyramids, and it's Egypt. And y'all know our connection with Egyptian things. But let me just read this to you, because I read it. I was like, oh, dang, that's crazy.
Preach, girl.
So right before I pulled this card, I got my animal totem deck out, which I don't use very often. And I pulled the peacock, which is Let Your Light Shine, which is the song that, keeps coming into my head. So this card says, has your faith been tested lately? Have you been finding that it's hard to trust and have faith within the universe when all of this chaos is unfolding on Earth? Can I get an amen?
Amen, sister.
This card comes as a reminder that you come here to help shift the frequencies within the collective. You are the light that this world is yearning for in these moments of hardships. Your angels and Aphrodite want to remind you that though you cannot see all of the love being woven behind the scenes, it still exists. And the physical realm is still a beautiful place. You are doing enough. Keep spreading your light and speak for what makes your heart swell. Surrender all you cannot control and focus on what you can shift within yourself. A higher perspective is needed at this time. And I was like, dang.
Damn.
Trying.
Mhm.
Really trying.
But I thought it was perfect for how I've been feeling and feeling that feeling of helplessness. And I also had a job interview on Friday. I don't know if I should say that out loud. And it was a second interview. And there was a lot of questions. And of course, I've been rethinking everything I said. Should I have said something else? But the card I pulled that morning was to be yourself. And I think the more that we can all embrace that, our inner light, and be the light that we are here to be, because it feels really dark and heavy around us right now.
Mm-hmm.
That was my morning and evening. And I felt lighter after I read this card, and I felt someone standing at my left shoulder. I don't know who it was, but when I pulled this card, I felt someone there. And I felt a lightness after I pulled this card. I was like, okay, that's a reminder to just be light and try not to worry about all the other things, because love and light will conquer eventually. It might take some time. We might have some chaos. We might have some darkness, but we can affect the people around us. Even if we don't affect everybody or change the world, we can change the world around each of us.
Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I don't know what I was doing. It ain't no telling. This is Lynn, by the way. And I had this come to me, and I literally just pulled my phone out so I could see it. And the channel that came through was, if you want the world to be a better place, you must start with your own self. And that's how the channel started. And I was like, oh, yeah. So you got to get to that man in the mirror. You got to quit looking at other people and yelling at them.
Right.
And you have to go within and deal with your own self and how you're seeing things. And you need to come to discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Are we totally sure that no one else is responsible here?
It must be Chilla over there sleeping. It's her fault.
But yeah, it's absolutely true. I feel you. And it's hard to rise to the occasion at times. But I think even if you do something as minor as you pass someone on the sidewalk, oh, I like your blouse, something where you give someone a little goose or a little lift to their day, surely that's causing a little butterfly effect or ripple out in the world. So even if you start small.
Well, and I found myself in helplessness. I think I said that to y'all yesterday in the text. Like, for the past few days, I've just felt helpless and out of sorts, which isn't like me, because I've been living my best life, y'all. And now all of a sudden I'm like, where's the parachute?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. My mind is like, bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, we had a group text yesterday afternoon.
Oh, helpless, yes.
Yeah. And we were all kind of feeling very similar, but just that denseness, I guess.
I never put the name helplessness to it, but I've definitely had the feeling of like, washing dishes, why do I even bother?
Mm-hmm.
It could be something instrumental in my day-to-day, or it could be something as tiny as like sweeping the floor, and it didn't matter. I just had that feeling of like, what's really the meaning? Why do I even, it just felt, everything just felt like, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. It's funny that the card I pulled this morning was service. It talked about service, and not just being of service to others, but you'll never be of service to others unless you serve yourself, unless you fill your cup first. And it was definitely kind of that, make sure you're taking care of your inner and outer world to be able to help others. So it's just kind of funny, all the synchronicities of how the same, very similar feeling and very similar message coming around to all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we talked about ways of raising your vibration and being of service, like getting out of your own head and doing something for somebody else, even if it's something really small. It doesn't have to be, some big giant gesture. It can be smiling at somebody, and you don't know what they're going through that day, or just being open to spread love when you go to the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same. Like I for myself went and stood in the sun yesterday. And I think that helped me a little bit with my feet on the ground and facing the sun.
Yeah,
that
usually
seemed to help.
Usually going out for my walk will really put me right, but yesterday. It was like I had so many thoughts about everything, and I don't know.
It's hard to pound them out.
It was.
And yesterday it was like, I didn't know if it was just myself checking out or if it was like a timeline shift kind of thing. But I had, I wouldn't say a lot, but more than 3, which is several instances of just my husband and I were out running errands, and all of a sudden he would pull up to a stop sign, and I didn't feel like I had checked out. Like I felt like I had been looking around, watching, whatever, but he would pull up to a stop sign. I wouldn't recognize where we were. It wouldn't look familiar. Or we'd get to a place where I would think he should turn here, but it wouldn't. And like, I'm expecting him to turn, but it's not. It's like the next street. It's like I'm one earlier or whatever, but it felt like we should turn right here, even though I'm looking at where we are and knowing that we're not at the right place yet. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I didn't feel like my body was in the right spot on the planet.
And that's weird because we were talking before we started the podcast about the sequential numbers that you were seeing, like everything was in sequence, but nothing was matching it for you.
Yes.
How crazy is that?
That is crazy.
Like watching yourself operate through a simulation, like part of you maybe is up in the 5D and you're looking through this long lens, and there you are with all the other ants on the planet going about life.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I said yesterday. I felt like I was 30,000 feet above the planet looking down and literally saying WTF. Like, what can I do? What? It's weirdness.
Yeah.
And off balance for me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very much off balance.
You think you know how to walk or go up and down stairs, and all of a sudden your feet aren't landing right and your brain is not thinking about it. Weird.
Yeah. I went into a shop yesterday and I felt like nobody saw me, but I felt like I was not in my body either. And so it's one of our woo shops around here. And I was like, is this a weird energy day for you guys too? And she was like, yeah. And she couldn't remember my name. And this is somebody that I know. And it was like, she didn't know my name anymore, which was really weird. And I said, maybe it's because I feel like I'm not in my body. You don't remember my name. And I got a big old piece of tourmaline. And I stood there with that for a couple minutes, and I could feel it like pulling me. It was a really good one, pulling me back into my body. And I felt better driving after that than I had on my way there. So we thought we would discuss ways of raising our vibration. So what's one way that you guys like to raise your vibration that can help other people who might be listening, going through the same thing we are?
Well,
legal things.
This is Lynn. I've had trouble meditating for the past few days because my mind is, I don't know, playing tricks on me or something. I can't get it to be still enough for me to sit and meditate. So I've been having to turn to other modalities. So I like to wash my dishes by hand. And I say this all the time when I'm doing that. I literally pay attention to what I'm doing. It's like the mindful meditation. It's like I smell the soap and I feel the water and the temperature, and I like feel the dish in my hand, and like all just focusing on what I'm doing right now seems to put me back to center. I mean, I feel pretty centered right now with us sitting here, like having the conversation. What about you? Anybody else? What y'all doing? Give me some suggestions.
Definitely the meditation thing is always good to try, but like you, and I have trouble quieting my mind anyway on a regular basis. My body's chill, my mind is just off in its own little territory. I am a fan of the hot bath with the Epsom salt and the essential oil and the baking soda, and just maybe it's a Virgo thing. I feel like if I'm drawing toxins out, maybe some will come out mentally as well. I don't know. It could happen.
Yeah.
Especially the other day, sometimes because I'm like, the mind just pings. And usually if I sit with that, then is when it starts to spiral, which is not, I have to get out of the, like bouncing from one wall to another. And the other day, I just felt like I couldn't remember the last time I laughed. And it was like, I need to laugh. So I was trying to look for like little silly videos, like animal videos. Like there's this one guy that does like voiceovers for different animal videos. And like, the conversations are hilarious because I don't know how he does it, but the way the dogs or the cats' mouths move, it looked like they're saying exactly what he's voiceovering, and it's hilarious. So I started out doing that, and that just was, that's normally my go-to, and that wasn't getting it for me. And then I flipped to another one, and it was this little bird, but the bird made a sound, and it caught my dog's ear, and he got really interested. So I started like playing all these animal videos for him, and he was making the cutest little sounds, like trying to talk back to the animals on there. And that I was just laughing at him, laughing along with him, like watching his little reactions to probably animals he's never seen, because like some of them were like parrots or different, just things he's probably never really seen in real life before. And it was just super cute. So I felt a lot better after I just kind of like laughed it out a little while.
Mhm.
Well, laughter is the best medicine.
Yeah.
Animals are always good medicine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday, I did a cleanse on our house with some of the stuff that we've had a lady here on the show, the Lynn's friend, that makes all of the cleansing
Smudges.
accoutrements.
Mm-hmm.
And
Accoutrement.
yeah. And so
My favorite word.
I did the protection and clearing, the really strong one that she has.
The dragon power.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. And then I put some love on top of it, the little love blend. And sometimes that'll, help clear the energy, but I still couldn't get out of it. And that tourmaline really helped me. So crystals can be really beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Like going outside and putting your feet on the ground. Sometimes just being around other people
Mm-hmm.
that lift you up, that are people that are not going to be complaining about everything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find yourself some fun people.
Very true.
And then being of service too is like, I think once you can get out of your own shiz
Mm-hmm.
and do something for somebody else, that also helps you to raise your vibration.
Mm-hmm. I also like to listen to nature sounds.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
They talk about if you will listen to birds chirping, it will bring you back to your center, which is, I like birds. So
But
that's
even
a fun thing to do.
ocean waves or
Mhm.
rainforest sounds or
Not the whales, though, because last time I did that, I slipped into consciousness and I didn't think I was coming back.
She was hoping she wasn't going to come back.
Just saying. Y'all ain't getting rid of me.
no more Atlantis for you.
Even if I don't come back, I'm going to haunt all y'all.
I'm going to hold you to it because life can be boring.
Yeah, I count on
You
it.
know I ain't boring.
We'd be amused, not scared. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, what you listen to matters. What you look at matters.
Mm-hmm.
You can find funny videos, animals or not, and sometimes you just have to lose yourself there. But I think forest bathing is absolutely a good thing, or putting your toes in the sand or in the grass while we still can before winter hits us. Take advantage.
Take a puppy dog on a walk
Mm-hmm.
and just be in the moment of whatever's happening around you, the sounds and sights. And
Yeah. You can also go through your closet and fill a box for Goodwill. You can go through your pantry and fill a box for a food pantry. Just tiny little service things like we were
Mhm.
talking about.
Yeah. And I felt like yesterday, I just couldn't open up social media. I'm like, I just cannot listen to any bad news. I can't.
Because news will be there. You
It
can't
will be
avoid
there.
it.
Yeah. And or people commenting and being nasty with each other. I'm like, I just can't do it. Not today.
The human race will not let me down today. No
Right.
Insta, no Facebook.
Right. I would just not look. I would just not look.
look.
Pretend like it doesn't exist.
You
Because
cannot pet that dog.
yeah, exactly. That's where I am. Yeah. So, anybody got anything else to add to this conversation? Hold tight. Let your light shine.
One
I reckon.
well, and I mean, it's kind of like the messages we're kind of like building on each other. Let your light shine. One foot in front of the other. Just worry about the next breath. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. I kind of felt like the feeling that I was getting about it's not that important was more of like it turned into more of an uplifting feeling of like the next breath is all you got to worry. You don't have to worry about all that over there.
Mhm.
You don't have to worry about all this over here. Just make your next step, take your next breath, do your next thing. And that's really all you got
That's
to
all you have control.
put your attention to right
yeah,
now.
that's all you have control over is
Yeah.
what you do, and that's it.
Make your next right decision and then let it go from there.
Yes. And so I was just pulling up my Instagram story because it just reminded me of what Chandra was talking about. Oh, it just went away. watching Earth unravel while my higher self whispers, trust the process.
Girl.
So I think that is extremely important, is to trust in the process, even when we don't understand it.
Yes, because we are living in unprecedented times for those of us that are living on the planet now.
Yeah, the whole planet's there's some disruptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And y'all know we were put here for a reason. That's a whole nother episode, though. But we were.
I've just sighed really hard.
I'd like to renegotiate that contract.
Yeah, as we've said on this show many times before, sometimes you just want to see that paperwork.
Yeah.
I believe you know my attorney.
I want to see the receipts because I don't believe it.
Some days.
We're all doing good, even by sitting in this room together
Mm-hmm.
and making each other laugh at our silly, ridiculous little quirks. And Lord knows we have them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad for that.
And we'll do Spirit Circle this afternoon. And so that, I believe, will help us to raise the vibration.
Yeah, for ourselves
Mhm.
and for
the collective.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So get to a Spirit Circle, y'all.
Yeah.
Get on over there.
All right. Well, we love you guys. We appreciate you joining us and following us we're looking at 4 years now. I can't believe it's been that long since we've been doing this.
I haven't aged a bit.
Of course not. And raise your vibration. Just work on that. Love your neighbor as yourself. Take care of each other. I've been saying this since I was old enough to talk for myself. We're all brothers and sisters here on this planet, walking each other home. So wherever home is, spirit, back to source, whatever. Remember that your neighbor is your brother and your sister, and treat them as such if you like your brother and your sister.
That's also another episode.
All right. Peace out, guys. We love you.
Love you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today. Please follow and subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and leave a review. It's so easy to do and such a huge help for us. We appreciate your interactions so much. Want to join us at our table? Make sure to check out our YouTube channel and join our Facebook community. If you've enjoyed this content and wish to support us, take a look at our Patreon page. All information and links will be in our podcast description. Catch you next time.
This podcast is part of the Sound Advice FM network. Sound Advice FM, women's voices amplified.